Everyone's chasing viral growth. More views, more followers, more reach, and it makes sense. Viral views equals more business, right? Actually, it's wrong. Going viral is probably the worst thing that could happen to your coaching business right now, and I'm gonna explain why in just a minute. Because there are coaches out there quietly making $500K a month, most of whom you've never heard of. I'm probably one of them. I did $500K last month. When I left Cisco to become a coach, I was making around $200K a year as an engineer, and most people thought I was crazy. I didn't have a big audience. I didn't have a viral moment. What I had been working on was a system, a process that was repeatable, not a one-time win the viral lotto moment. And that system took me from broke to 40K per month in about 6 months, and to my first 100K month within 12. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the whole thing for you. First, I'll show you why going viral is actually the wrong goal and what you need to focus on instead based on data. Second, I'll walk you through the 4 systems that are driving $500K a month for my coaching business personally, and it's still growing. Third, I'll give you the one mindset shift that I wish I had years ago that'll make this all happen for you. So let me start by showing you why most coaches actually get this wrong. In early 2023, there was this little wine and ice cream shop in Paris called Folderol. It was a cute, small spot, cool vibe, loyal regulars from the neighborhood going there for years. Then, one of their ice cream cones went viral on TikTok. And what happened next basically ruined the business. Because when people started showing up, they weren't there for the ice cream. They were there for the selfie, for the clout, for the gram. The viral energy started to die down after a few months. And guess what happened? The owner was left with more stress, no regulars, more expenses, and no profit. And this isn't just happening to restaurants. It happens to coaches too. I see it constantly. A coach goes viral once, gets flooded with followers, they feel like it's finally working, but the people showing up, they're not their ideal clients. They're tourists. They're there for the spectacle, not for the service. And the real audience, the people who are actually going to buy from them, they get drowned out in the noise. So how did I actually get to 500K a month then? All of that was done on paid advertising. Everyone around me had one opinion or another on how I should do it. It was either VSLs or automated webinars, trip funnels. The whole industry was obsessed with automation. Coaching businesses can't run on pure automation. Coaching runs on trust. It runs on relationships. So when I got into paid ads, I started with a live workshop. 2 days, me on video, actually answering people's questions, coaching, live. The whole point was to be in the room with them, pouring into them, proving that I could help them before they ever had to trust me with their money. Now, I got into that model while I was already around the 100K per month mark, and I didn't scale it to 500K a month in a quarter. It took me over 3 years. There were months that I could have doubled or tripled ad spend, but I didn't because it would have inadvertently caused a viral moment. I wanted to control my growth. Most coaches miss this part. When they think about going viral, they're only thinking about lead generation, more eyes, more clicks, more attention, potentially more clients, right? But lead generation is only part of a successful business. And if the other parts don't scale at the same place, the whole thing collapses. Inc. magazine and the Kauffman Foundation studied the fastest growing companies in North America. 2/3 of them are bankrupt within 5 years. That's double the national average. Think about that. If you scale faster than normal, you're twice as likely to collapse. So I wasn't trying to grow the fastest, I was trying to grow the longest. Slowly scaling that workshop funnel became my main engine for business growth. But one engine alone doesn't get you to 500K a month. Of all the sales calls that we book in a given month, the workshop directly generates about 35% of them. But the other 65% don't come from a second or third engine. They actually come from 3 smaller systems built to amplify the one that we already have. The first amplifier is email. Every person who signs up for one of our workshops opts into our email list. That list drives roughly 15% of our sales calls every month. The workshop built the trust. The email brings them back to getting help from us. The second amplifier is our BDR team, our setters. Now, these aren't cold outreach reps. They're relationship builders. When someone registers for one of our workshops, our setters reach out and make sure that they got the calendar invite, they make sure that they logged in, they have the links, and somewhere in that conversation, if the person wants more than just the workshop, the setter offers them an opportunity to jump on a call with our sales team and talk about it. That team generates about 30% of our sales calls. And our third amplifier is just organic content. The more we spend on ads, the more people see our brand, and some of them don't sign up for the workshop right away. They go follow us on Instagram or YouTube, whatever platform they might see us on. And weeks or months later, they'll book a call from the content. That's another 20% of our calls. All three of these exist to amplify the one system that's already working. They're not separate engines. They're the thing that turns a single workshop into hundreds of prospects every single month. Once we have the amplifiers, here's what most coaches get wrong after they start generating consistent leads. Having leads is not the same as getting clients. A lead without a strong enrollment framework is a massive waste of time. At High Impact Coaching, we teach a sales framework called the Perfect Consultation. It's a 12-step process, but it's not really a sales process. It's actually a coaching framework that we turned into a sales process and leads to a decision to work with you if it's a good fit. My clients use this framework to consistently close 30 to 40% of their sales calls. Some get as high as 60% plus at prices like 5K, 8K, even 10K for their coaching services. I've broken down the full 12-step framework here in another video, so I'll link it here. All right, so now you have leads, you have a system to enroll them. Now there are only two ways to make more money in a coaching business. You can either get more clients, or you can have each client stay with you longer and keep paying you more. Most coaches are only thinking about the first one. They're grinding for new leads, new clients every single month, starting over, hunting. But here's the math that changed my entire business outlook. If my average client stays with me for 6 months, I need to replace every client on my roster twice a year. If my average client stays with me for 2 years, I need a quarter of the lead generation for the same revenue. What if I keep them for 5 years? You just do the work once, and the business compounds. So the question becomes, how long can I actually keep my clients? Keeping clients takes mastering two things. Relationships plus results equals retention. If you can help your clients get new results every 90 days, and you build real intimacy and trust with them, they will never want to leave you, no matter how much you charge. Let me show you what this looks like over time. Logan is a client of mine who coaches graphic designers. When he first came in, he was making around $2,000 or $3,000 a month, and within a year, he hit his first $38K month. Today, he's running $1 million coaching business full-time, serving the niche he cares about. Viral coaches don't build long-term systems like this because they're too busy chasing the dopamine high. So those are the 4 systems that got us to $500K a month. But without one more thing, none of them actually work. The biggest difference between a 6-figure coach and a 7-figure coach isn't in the tactics. It's in the energy behind the tactics. Most coaches are building from a selfish energy and they don't even realize it. Honestly, I did it at the start too. When I first launched my coaching business, my biggest goal was just to be my own boss, never have to answer to anybody again. I wanted to have complete time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom. That's not terrible, is it? Of course not. And I made it. But when I got it all, I honestly felt pretty empty. Everything that I had built was just for me. And when something is built just for you, it doesn't have any true meaning or fulfillment behind it. And if I'm being brutally honest, I think my clients could feel it too. If you make your purpose just about yourself, it'll never fill the hole your soul really wants filled. Coaches who scale beyond 7 figures don't operate from selfish goals. They operate from value. Every piece of content, every workshop, every sales call, every coaching session is an act of service, an act of giving, not taking, not performing, and the client can feel that too. You don't need a viral moment when you build like this. You don't need the algorithm to save you. You don't need one piece of content to hit because you're already giving so much that the right people will find you, they stay, and they refer you to others just like them. And it's actually a lot harder in practice than you might think. So if you want to scale to $500K a month, remember, it's not about whether or not you can get that viral moment. It's about the infrastructure that you can build so when the attention dies, the business keeps moving anyway. And if you want to see the exact roadmap I use to take clients from 0 to 20 to 30K a month using these systems, I'll link that breakdown here. And if this video was valuable, don't forget to like and follow for more great trainings.